The door burst open with a force that rattled the picture frames on the wall, and there stood a woman I'd never seen before, her eyes wild with exhaustion and fury, suitcase tumbling to the floor. "Who the hell are you and where's my sister?" she demanded, her voice slicing through the quiet living room like a knife through silk. In that instant, with little Emma asleep in my arms, I knew my simple babysitting gig had just turned into something dangerously irreversible. My name is Alex Rivera, a 22-year-old college student scraping by in the sleepy suburbs of Seattle, Washington. I'd been babysitting for Sarah Thompson for about 6 months now. Easy money, flexible hours, and Emma, her 4-year-old daughter, was an absolute angel. Sarah was a single mom, a nurse at the local hospital, always pulling double shifts to make ends meet. She trusted me implicitly. We'd bonded over coffee chats about life, love, and the chaos of raising a kid alone. But that evening, as the rain pattered against the windows, everything shifted. The woman at the door was Jordan Thompson, Sarah's older sister, back from a 2-year stint in New York City where she'd been chasing her dreams as a freelance journalist. She looked nothing like the polished photos Sarah had shown me. Her dark hair was disheveled from travel, her leather jacket soaked, and her green eyes pierced right through me. "I'm Alex," I stammered, gently laying Emma down on the couch. "Sarah hired me to watch Emma while she's at work. She didn't mention you'd be coming home early." Jordan's shoulders slumped slightly, but the tension didn't leave her face. "Of course she didn't. That's Sarah for you. Always keeping secrets." She kicked off her boots and strode into the kitchen, rummaging through the fridge like she owned the place, which technically she did. This was their family home inherited from their parents. I followed hesitantly, unsure if I should stay or bolt. "Look, I can call Sarah if you want," I offered, pulling out my phone. "No need," Jordan said, cracking open a beer and taking a long swig. "She knows I'm coming. Just delayed flight. Jet lag's a bitch." Her tone softened as she glanced at Emma, a faint smile breaking through. "She's grown so much. God, I've missed this little nugget." We sat in awkward silence for a moment, the clock ticking loudly. Then, unexpectedly, Jordan turned to me. "So, Alex, what's your story? Babysitting pay the bills for that fancy college degree you're after?" I laughed nervously. "English lit at UW. Yeah, it helps. And Emma's great company. Better than most of my classmates." We talked for hours that night. Long after Sarah texted she'd be home late due to an emergency at the hospital, Jordan shared tales of gritty New York streets, investigative pieces on corruption that nearly got her fired, and the loneliness of city life. I opened up about my own struggles, growing up in a conservative Latino family that expected me to settle down with a nice boy, but I'd always felt different. By midnight, as Emma stirred and we tucked her back in, I felt a strange pull toward this woman, like she saw parts of me no one else did. The next few days blurred into a routine. Sarah was thrilled Jordan was back, insisting she stay indefinitely to help out. Jordan, it turned out, was recovering from a burnout breakdown in NYC. Her editor had pushed her too hard, and she'd lost a big story to a rival. She needed the quiet of home. I kept babysitting, but now Jordan was around, helping with meals, reading bedtime stories. Our conversations deepened. She'd tease me about my bookworm vibes, and I'd challenge her cynical worldview with quotes from my favorite novels. One afternoon, while Emma napped, we sat on the back porch overlooking the Puget Sound haze. "You ever feel like you're living someone else's life?" Jordan asked, staring at the water. I nodded. "All the time. My parents want grandkids, a husband, the whole American dream package. But that's not me." She looked at me then, really looked, and something unspoken passed between us. "Yeah," she murmured. "Me neither." It started innocently. A brush of hands while washing dishes, shared laughs over bad TV. But soon the air crackled with tension. Sarah noticed, but chalked it up to sisterly bonding with her sitter. Little did she know Jordan and I were stealing moments. Late-night walks in the neighborhood, confessions under the stars. "I've never felt this way about anyone," Jordan whispered one night, her hand lingering on mine. My heart raced. I dated guys in high school to fit in, but this was real raw. Yet cracks appeared. Jordan was hiding something. Phone calls she took in hushed tones. A distant look when Sarah mentioned their parents' accident years ago. I pushed it aside, lost in the romance. Until one evening, as we kissed for the first time in the dimly lit garage, Sarah walked in early from her shift. The shock on her face was palpable. "What the hell is going on here?" Sarah's voice echoed like thunder in the small space, freezing Jordan and me in place. "Alex? Jordan? This can't be." She dropped her purse, her face a mask of betrayal and confusion. Jordan pulled away from me, her eyes wide with panic. "Sarah, it's not what it looks like." But it was exactly what it looked like. Sarah stormed out, slamming the door, leaving us in stunned silence. That night marked the beginning of the storm. Sarah confronted us separately. First Jordan in a tearful sibling showdown that shook the house walls. "How could you? She's practically a kid and you're my sister. This is wrong on so many levels." Jordan defended us, her voice breaking. "It's not about age or convenience, Sarah. It's real. I've been running from who I am for years." When Sarah turned to me, it was worse. "Alex, I trusted you with my daughter, with my home. And you seduced my sister." I tried to explain, tears streaming. "It wasn't planned. Jordan and I just connected. I care about her deeply." But Sarah's hurt ran deep. She'd been through a messy divorce from Emma's father, who cheated with a coworker. Trust was her Achilles heel. The next weeks were a whirlwind of drama. Sarah asked me to stop babysitting, which stung financially and emotionally. Jordan moved out temporarily to a friend's couch in downtown Seattle, giving Sarah space. We met in secret coffee shops in Capitol Hill, the queer-friendly neighborhood where rainbow flags waved proudly. "I love you," Jordan confessed one rainy afternoon at a cozy cafe, her hand over mine. "But Sarah's my family. I can't lose her." I understood. Family was everything to me too. My own parents, devout Catholics, would disown me if they knew. I'd come out to a few friends in college, but this was different. This was love complicated by betrayal. We navigated the tension, stealing weekends at Jordan's old NYC haunts via video calls, dreaming of a future. But the conflict escalated when Sarah discovered our continued meetings through a mutual friend. "You're choosing her over me?" she yelled at Jordan during a family dinner gone wrong. Jordan's secret finally surfaced amid the chaos. Turns out, her NYC breakdown wasn't just work stress. She'd been in a toxic relationship with a woman there, one that ended in infidelity. Her partner cheated, leaving Jordan shattered. "I came home to heal," she admitted to me one night, as we walked along the Elliott Bay waterfront. "But meeting you, it woke me up." The revelation deepened our bond, but it fueled Sarah's fears. "You're repeating patterns, Jordan. Alex deserves better." High drama peaked at Emma's preschool graduation. A sunny June day at a local park. Sarah invited us both, a tentative olive branch. But tensions boiled over when an old flame of Jordan's from NYC showed up uninvited, having tracked her down via social media. "Jordan, we need to talk," the woman, sleek and confident, demanded in front of everyone. Sarah exploded. "See? This is what I mean. Instability, secrets, it's poisoning our family." I felt betrayed too. Jordan hadn't mentioned the ex was still in contact. "Why didn't you tell me?" I whispered, pulling her aside amid the picnic chaos. Jordan's eyes filled with tears. "I thought it was over. She means nothing now." But doubt crept in, a shadow over our romance. We took a break at Sarah's insistence. I threw myself into finals, burying emotions in books. Jordan volunteered at a local LGBTQ+ center, finding purpose in helping others navigate coming out. The separation was agonizing, nights of unanswered texts, dreams haunted by her touch. Yet it forced growth. I confided in a college counselor, exploring my identity more openly. Jordan reconciled with Sarah through therapy sessions, unpacking their shared grief over their parents' death in a car crash a decade ago. One evening, as summer bloomed, Jordan showed up at my dorm with wildflowers from the farmer's market. "I've cut ties with the past," she said, voice steady. "And Sarah, she's coming around. She sees how happy you make me." We reconciled under the campus cherry trees, our kiss laced with promise. But the road ahead was fraught. Sarah's approval was conditional, and my family loomed as the next hurdle. As fall leaves painted Seattle in hues of red and gold, our relationship deepened amid lingering shadows. Jordan moved back home, and Sarah, though wary, allowed supervised visits with Emma. For her sake, Sarah said, her tone softening. Emma adored Auntie Jordan and me, her innocent questions about why we held hands tugging at our hearts. Are you two like Mommy and Daddy used to be? She'd ask wide-eyed. We built routines. Weekend hikes in the Olympic National Park, where mist-shrouded forests mirrored our foggy emotions. Cozy dinners at hole-in-the-wall eateries in Fremont, sharing stories of resilience. Jordan's journalism picked up. She landed a gig at a local paper covering social justice issues, her passion reignited. I interned at a publishing house, dreaming of writing stories like ours. But betrayal struck again, this time from an unexpected angle. Sarah, in a moment of vulnerability, confessed to Jordan she developed feelings for me early on, subtle crushes during our coffee chats. I hired you because you were kind, Alex. But seeing you with her, it hurts. It was a bombshell. Jordan felt doubly betrayed, accusing Sarah of sabotage. Were you jealous? Is that why you fought us so hard? The sisters' rift widened, echoing their childhood rivalries. I was caught in the crossfire, torn between loyalty to Jordan and gratitude to Sarah. This isn't about winning, I pleaded during a heated mediation at a neutral coffee shop. We're all hurting. Emotions ran high, tears, accusations, the raw underbelly of family drama. Climax hit during Thanksgiving, that quintessentially American holiday of feigned harmony. We gathered at the Thompson home, turkey roasting, football blaring on TV. But old wounds festered. Sarah's ex-husband dropped by unannounced to see Emma, stirring chaos. In the midst, Sarah blurted to him about Jordan and me, outing us in a fit of anger. Your aunt's with the babysitter now. Yeah, it's a thing. The ex laughed dismissively, but Jordan stormed out, humiliated. I chased her into the rainy night, finding her on the porch swing. This family is toxic, she sobbed. Maybe we should just leave. My heart ached. I loved her fiercely, but abandoning Sarah and Emma felt wrong. We fight for what's right, I said, holding her. That's the American way, messy but worth it. We confronted Sarah together. Your pain doesn't give you the right to hurt us, Jordan said, voice firm yet compassionate. Sarah broke down. I'm scared of losing you both. After Mom and Dad, you're all I have. It was a turning point. Hugs, apologies, the slow mending of bonds. Therapy became a staple, unpacking layers of grief and unspoken desires. Our romance flourished in this newfound honesty. Christmas brought magic lights twinkling on Pike Place Market, where we exchanged promise rings under the gum wall. A quirky Seattle tradition. Forever starts now, Jordan whispered. But challenges persisted. My parents visited for the holidays, oblivious to my truth. Hiding Jordan felt like a betrayal to myself. One snowy evening, as we volunteered at a shelter serving meals to the homeless, a nod to the humanitarian spirit we both cherished, I found courage. I need to come out to them, I told Jordan. She supported me, her presence an anchor. The conversation was brutal, my mom's tears, Dad's silence, but it opened doors. We love you, Mija, Mom said eventually. It'll take time. As winter thawed into spring, our story wove deeper into the fabric of American resilience. Jordan's article on LGBTQ+ families in suburbia went viral, featuring anonymized bits of our journey. It sparked conversations, healing not just us but others. Yet, a final twist loomed. Jordan got an offer for a dream job in D.C., covering national politics. It's everything I've wanted, she said, eyes sparkling. But it meant relocation, testing our commitment. The job offer hung over us like a storm cloud over the Cascade Mountains. Washington, D.C.? That's across the country, I said, pacing our now shared apartment in Belltown. A cozy space we'd rented after Sarah's blessing. Jordan nodded, her excitement tempered by fear. I know. But it's a chance to make real change, exposing inequality, amplifying voices like ours. The decision tore at us. I was midway through my senior year, tied to Seattle for graduation and my budding career. Long distance loomed as a specter, especially with our history of separations. We've overcome worse, Jordan assured, but doubt gnawed. Sarah, now an ally, weighed in. Follow your heart, but don't forget your roots. Drama intensified when Jordan's ex from NYC resurfaced, emailing congratulations on the article, and a plea for reconciliation. I've changed, the message read. Jordan showed me immediately, transparency our new vow. It's nothing, she said, deleting it. But it stirred insecurities. Was I enough to anchor her? We argued fiercely one night, rain lashing the windows. If you go, what happens to us? I demanded, voice cracking. Jordan pulled me close. We make it work. Planes calls. Love isn't geography. Her words were romantic but reality bit. The humanitarian pull was strong. Jordan thrived on impact and DC offered that. In a moment of vulnerability, I confessed my own dreams. Writing a novel inspired by our story. A tale of love defying odds in modern America. Stay, I whispered. Build that here. Jordan wavered, the conflict etching lines on her face. Betrayal came subtly this time from within. I applied secretly to grad programs in DC, thinking it a grand gesture. When Jordan found the acceptance letter, she felt manipulated. You'd uproot your life for me? That's not fair. Tears flowed. We realized love required equality, not sacrifice. Reconciliation dawned during a road trip to Yellowstone. Vast American landscapes mirroring our expansive emotions. Amid geysers and wildlife, we talked honestly. I turned down the job, Jordan revealed. Seattle's home. Your home. Joy surged, but I insisted. No, go if it's your path. I'll follow after graduation. We compromised. She'd take the job, I'd join post-degree. Long distance for 9 months, challenging but strengthening. Sarah hosted a farewell dinner, toasting our growth. You've taught me love comes in many forms, she said, hugging us both. Emma drew us a picture. 3 women and a child, hearts floating above. The move was bittersweet. At Seattle-Tacoma Airport, amid bustling crowds, we kissed goodbye. This isn't the end, Jordan promised. It's chapter 2. Months blurred. Video dates, care packages, surprise visits. I poured energy into my novel, titled Unexpected Returns, channeling our drama into art. Highs and lows marked the separation. Jordan's exposés on policy affecting LGBTQ+ rights made waves, her voice echoing nationally. I graduated with honors, my family attending, proud if still adjusting. But loneliness crept. A colleague flirted, testing my resolve. I confided in Jordan, our trust unbreakable. Finally, I boarded the plane to DC, heart pounding. Jordan waited at arrivals, flowers in hand. Our reunion was electric. Embraces, laughter, the city buzzing around us. We settled in a DuPont Circle apartment, vibrant with pride flags. Life normalized. Jordan's demanding job, my freelance writing gigs. We volunteered at local centers, giving back. Sarah and Emma visited, solidifying our blended family. Yet, one evening as cherry blossoms bloomed, a DC rite, Jordan proposed on the National Mall. Alex Rivera, will you marry me? Kneeling, ring glinting under streetlights. Tears mingled with yes. Our wedding was a quintessentially American affair. Intimate ceremony in a historic Georgetown garden, surrounded by friends from both coasts. Sarah stood as maid of honor, her speech poignant. From betrayal to this, proof love heals. Emma scattered petals, giggling. My parents attended, their acceptance a hard-won victory, dancing awkwardly but earnestly. Post-honeymoon in Hawaii's sun-kissed beaches, we returned to DC's rhythm. Jordan's career soared. She broke a story on discrimination in housing, earning awards. My novel published to acclaim, reviewers praising its raw emotion and humanistic depth. A modern lesbian love story that captures the drama of family and forgiveness, one said. But life ever dramatic through curves. Jordan's health scare, a stress-induced panic attack mimicking a heart issue, reminded us of fragility. We need balance, she said from the hospital bed. We prioritized therapy, yoga, weekends unplugging in Shenandoah Valley. Humanitarian threads wove through. We mentored queer youth, sharing our journey. Love isn't easy, I'd tell them, but it's worth the fight. One teen facing family rejection moved us deeply. We helped her find resources, echoing our own struggles. Years passed, we adopted a child, a boy named Mateo, honoring my heritage. Sarah relocated nearby with Emma, our family expanding. Conflicts arose, parenting clashes, career pressures, but communication prevailed. In quieter moments, we'd reflect on that fateful night. Babysitting interrupted, a sister returning, lives forever changed. Best plot twist ever. Jordan would tease, pulling me close. Our story ended not in tragedy but in hopeful humanity, a testament to resilience, love's power over betrayal, and the American dream redefined. Not perfection but progress through pain. As we watched Mateo and Emma play in our backyard, under a sky streaked with sunset, I whispered, "Forever." Jordan smiled. "And always."